Welcome back once again to Crypto folks. How you all doing this Friday afternoon? So let's take a look at Bitcoin before the weekly candle closes on the CME itself. Now guys, Bitcoin is holding on to $44,000 levels like a charm, being held by the 21 exponential to the upside. This one is currently looking like another higher low, and we have a good trending motion, guys. Now this is an uptrend under motion. I don't think we have to be really talking about any bearish moves until we are printing in lows like this, which are significantly higher than your previous lows, right? And until we are holding this level to the upside, most likely 90% of the crypto market is simply going to free float to the upside. And remember guys, once Bitcoin starts taking out 618, essentially $48,000 flat on a daily closing basis, that is when we teleport all the way towards 76. And guys, this is not where we're going to stop. Most likely we're going to be taking a look at $60,000 pretty soon once we start clearing 618 levels on BTC itself, and that would give a good directional bias for most of the crypto assets, guys. Ethereum is obviously going to be one of the beneficiaries, but yes, there are crazy amount of altcoins which do have good risk reward opportunities as well. Okay, so with that said, I don't think we have much to talk about Bitcoin, guys, because the volatility is shrinking down. This is the kind of signature that you want for any asset to put in a low, put in a higher low, and trend to the upside and have a continuation trend to the upside with kind of like a non-volatile behavior, right? RSI is fine above 60, everything looking completely okay on BTC with $44,000 as your key support on a daily closing basis, right? Now we can take a look at this on the 12-hour time frame itself, but the picture is pretty much same, guys. And well, we can talk about managing our risk in the 12-hour time frame as well, right? So any candle closure below 44,000 on a 12-hour basis would mean first warning sign, and then we can further evaluate the situation if that happens. For the time being, we are kind of like 10% away from that range, and which is why for the rest of the day most likely we keep on trading on alongside this level, and most of the altcoins which are completely oversold on BTC pair itself are going to be trending to the upside. Graph token. Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at Ethereum real quick right here. These kind of crazy. I think I've got to get rid of them like for good. It's been a very long time since I posted that analysis on the compound fulcrum, right? Compound fulcrum for you guys right here. Okay, all right. So Ethereum on daily time frame, just like Bitcoin, completely like Bitcoin right here. Okay, so if you just take a look at the Fibonacci retracements, yes, we are right here at the 618, guys. And once we start taking this one out, and this, and then potential further continuation move all the way towards 1.272 and 1.618, although the price action was kind of looking turbulent on these levels for the past few days. But as of now, yes, your $3,000 are being held, guys. No daily candle was closed below $3,000 levels, and most of the altcoin market got supported on these levels. And yes, the prices are still afloat. Prices are still afloat to the upside, with Ethereum holding on to the key structure, which is going to be 3,000 as a support. Once we lose this one, yes, we keep on pulling down, and we will test the lower side of the Bollinger Band at first, and after that it will be just maybe death and destruction down the line. But to talk about the downside price action target with a posture like this is a far-fetched opinion, guys. Remember, far-fetched opinions, right? And this one is looking fine, to be honest with you. Now this one is also setting in a higher low, which is significantly higher than this one and this one as well. Ethereum's trend looking way more fine and orderly to the upside. Now you want this area to be taken down on a 12-hour closing basis to the upside for the rest of the crypto market to trend exponentially to the upside, right? Now let's talk about the upside price action target, which is going to be the one on extension sitting in at the all-time highs, which is going to be $4,200 in a candle closing basis. I'm not talking about the wick basis, guys. Wick basis is going to take Ethereum all the way towards $4,400 levels, right? And that is also possible. Yes, certainly that is possible with a posture like this, with everything looking fine, with all the directions on your relative strength index and your TSI. Alright, now TSI has given a bearish cross, which calls for a consolidation, guys. This is not a death sentence. We do want crazy amount of crosses happening, and even with the crosses, the asset can still keep on trending to the upside. Essentially, TSI can call out tops and bottoms, but I don't think the daily time frame is the one to analyze your true strength indicator, right? Now you can use this one on the 3-day time frame itself, or maybe on the weekly itself, where your, let's just say, where your time frames are big, and well, the bigger your time frames, the accurate your analysis is. And I would not put a lot of weight into TSI on the daily time frame itself. But if I were to be talking about the 12-hour time frame, I would be taking a look at the lower side Bollinger Band, because this is where the price action got held like beauty, guys. And most likely, yes, this 12-hour candle is looking completely fine and strong. Holy shit, I mean, this is good strength coming from the bottom side. And once we take this one to the upside, once we take the wick of the previous sell-off candle which happened on the 12-hour time frame itself, which took the price action below the 21 exponential itself, that is when we have legitimate attempts to push all the way towards maybe 3500 Ethereum real quick, guys, real quick. Right now, remember, you want to see a closure essentially above this entire zone for that confirmed move to actually take place. And despite of well, to be honest with you, this is looking completely, I don't have any bearish interpretation of the price action as of now. This is looking completely fine. This one got accumulated on these levels and is still looking to get accumulated, guys. Ethereum as well not being allowed to close any daily candle below the $3,000 levels is a good sign, is a sign of strength, guys, is a sign of continuation move to the upside. So ETH BTC is not doing anything, to be honest with the market. Yes, so Ethereum BTC has been in a 4 to 5% range for about a week or something like that, for about 2 weeks, I do believe, right? Which is why most of the price action to the upside on Ethereum is being pulled by Bitcoin itself, guys, Bitcoin itself. So we don't have much to talk about on ETH BTC right here, but yes, most of the trends on Ethereum is being guided by Bitcoin itself. Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at BNB real quick, guys. So the 3-day candle did close above the Bollinger Band, the upper Bollinger Band, which is calling for a continuation move to the upside for your next 3-day candle as well, which could take the price action all the way towards $525, $550 levels happening pretty soon. So the weekly candle, alright, I don't think we have to talk about weekly as of now. Let's jump on the daily time frame itself. Yes, this one got held up nicely with Ethereum holding on to $3,000 levels, right? $400 levels on BNB were held, and yes, you close your daily candle above the 420 reads as well. So this is poised for an up move, guys. This one is looking as clear as a blue sky, to be honest with you. And essentially your upside targets are going to be 648 right here at $520 levels, and further extension coming in at $585 flat on BNB itself. So let's take a look at BNB against BTC. I guess this one is also not volatile at all, whereas your USD pairs are looking completely fine. But as far as this one is being held above the 21 exponential on the BTC pair itself, BNB on USD is also going to be trending to the upside with rest of the market. Okay, let's take a look at the next. Oh, all right. Hats off to this price action right here. 3-day candle closing at above the previous all-time high, clearing the sell side liquidity happening on the previous all-time high on AD itself onto $2.4 levels, initiating our next target towards $3.2. Right now, where is this target coming from? This is your 6-month extension out of this entire reaccumulation which was happening for the previous 3 to 4 months, right? And 618 is aligning perfectly fine with $3.2 levels, and this is where I do expect Cardano to take a little halt or something like that before a potential continuation all the way towards 2618 at potentially $5 evaluation of Cardano. Holy crap, that could be crazy. Guys. Okay, the daily time frame is looking completely fine, and as soon as we broke out of this grind, well, to be honest with you, this was visible on the 4-hour time frame itself, right? This is the grind, guys. This is a good looking grind right here, and you had a grind breakout, you retested it, bam, expansion to the upside, taking the all-time high, closing the candles, 4-hour candles above the all-time high, and yes, wanting to continue like a charm, like a beauty right here. RSI on the 4-hour is looking fine as of now. The 3-day has started strengthening above the 60 reads on RSI, which is good news again for Cardano itself. But on the daily time frame itself, do we have the similar? Yes, we do have similar posture. We do have good looking posture on every single time frame for ADA. Judging by the relative strength, TSI, volatility expansion as well, guys. This is not volatile at all. So if you are sick and tired of the volatility coming from altcoins, which are probably volatile by 15-20% in 4-hour time frames, take a look at this. Take a look at Cardano, whose trend is to the upside. Volatility is not that expanded and is quietly trending to the upside without much hiccups, guys, without even creating a lot of traps, to be honest with you. This is a good piece of price action right here. I don't see any crypto asset consolidating like this and just simply continuing to the upside the way Cardano is actually doing, even in the RL time frame itself, right? Whereas most of the crypto assets onto consolidation ranges are being volatile by 20-25% volatility on a consolidation range is crazy amount of volatility, guys. That is something which I refrain from. That is the kind of price action which alright, right, so this is also a metric which you should keep for yourself, guys. I've been talking about this, I guess, ever since Cardano was attempting a move from these price points right here. I was talking about the fact that how you have to be vigilant about what sort of market conditions are you comfortable in trading, right? So essentially, if the volatility is expanding like crazy and an asset is moving by 25% on a 4-hour candle closing basis, that is crazy for me personally as a trader, and you have to find that out for yourself as well, because some of the market moves, yes guys, look, you cannot catch them all right, you cannot simply just nail every single move to the upside on this asset, that asset, and every single asset. Nope, you got to be focused, you got to be vigilant, and you have to trust your system. And volatility is one of the key metrics that should be in your system. Essentially, that should tell you that, okay, so XYZ asset has a volatility factor of maybe 20% in 4-hour time frame. Okay, I'm not going to trade that. That's kind of uncomfortable. But let's just say that you have established your position in a potential up move on any altcoin below some key levels, right? Below some breakout levels, and the volatility was nothing over there. And then after the breakout it starts expanding, that's completely fine, because that happened after the cause, right? That happened after your risk management was defined below your entry itself. Remember guys, when you are entering into any asset, volatility being completely high and completely being a red line, not this one, but something like this is a sort of signature which I would certainly want to avoid if I want to jump into a new position in the market. So take a look at these things and try to find your comfort zone according to volatility as well, guys. Remember, you are working as a trader, you want to build yourself as a trader in the long term. You don't want to be, let's just say one single trade is completely meaningless and pointless in the seas of hundreds and thousands of trades that you are going to make as a trader down the line. So find that comfort zone and capitalize on it. Capitalize on that comfort zone. Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at Solana. Solana still continuing 3-day candle closing like a beauty once again, way above the Bollinger Band, guys, way above the upper Bollinger Band. So the lower Bollinger Band support is coming in at $66 flat on Solana itself, and if we see any 3-day candle closing below this one, below $66, that would mean that maybe Solana would like to consolidate above the previous all-time high and below $66 levels for some time, and then maybe we can talk about a further continuation move to the upside. But in the first and the foremost pass, this 3-day candle closure was damn nice, and we could be looking at a continuation coming in pretty soon on Solana itself. We could have a retest of $66 levels maybe today, tomorrow itself, but ultimate trend on the macro is towards the upside, with your RSI looking fine, TSI looking fine, everything looking completely fine. Let's take a look at the daily as well for that matter. Okay, so we did try to close above the upper Bollinger Band, but this is not essentially a lot of strength right here, and this does not mean that we could be reversing from these levels, but the momentum could be waning out in the small time frames, and that would mean that Solana could be testing some downside levels on your 66 reads, right? And that is going to be your extreme support, guys. That is your lower Bollinger Band support on the 3-day time frame itself, and essentially after that retest, then we can talk about a potential move to the upside all the way for a 3-digit Solana coming pretty soon for you guys right here. All right, so 4-hour RSI is looking fine as well as of now, but going below 60 reads on the 4-hour RSI would mean that Solana is going to get into some small time frame hibernation and maybe some sideways price action as well. Okay, all right guys, so with that said, let's wind this video up right here. I will catch all of you tomorrow. Bye for now.